Heyo! On to game number 3. We've got White Raw, we got Grubby, and we have some awesome PvP so far. So let's introduce the locations of our players. White Raw, top right part of Tall Drim Altar. And the red, and down here in the bottom left is going to be Grubby, the blue Protoss player, who's got to be feeling pretty good after that decisive win on the previous match on Daybreak. Now I want to talk a little bit about what we saw Grubby do there. Now, I said whenever he was inside his base with the Phoenixes, like lifting up and killing probes, and I said, oh man, he should pull those Phoenixes back. I'm worried about him losing. Now, the thing I didn't think about was what Grubby added to that mix. He added a single Zealot. Now, that one Zealot changed everything the way normally that build happens. So, bringing in that one Zealot means that your Zealot kills all the probes, normally what the Phoenixes do in that situation. So you normally, without the Zealot, you want to do a little bit of damage, but then as soon as he's going for an attack on your base, you want to bring your Phoenixes back, use the lifts to defend yourself. But in that situation, he used the Phoenixes to pick up and kill any reinforcements that White Raw warped in, so a Zealot could just kill everything. I mean, White Raw tried to warp in 2 Zealots, and then he warped in like a Stalker, then he warped in like some more Zealots. It didn't matter, he just picked them all up with the Graviton Beam, and he saved the energy for that, and that Zealot just killed everything. So just adding in that one Zealot made that build so much better, and I don't know, that's pretty cool. So I hadn't seen that before, and I don't know, that was pretty awesome play there by Grubby. Just that one Zealot, and that Zealot just wrecked house. He was just killing everything. And Grubby just continued to warp in reinforcements. He had the economy because he didn't get hurt at all, and he also had that second Nexus, which gives you extra Chrono boost, which helps a little bit to get your forces up there. So I think White Raw would have had a better chance on that counterattack if he would have attacked sooner. Like as soon as the 5 Phoenixes show up, just go straight up into your opponent's base and go for it from there, because he had his 2 Immortals out a lot sooner than Grubby did. And at the point where White Raw had 2 Immortals, I think Grubby only had like 3 Stalkers and 2 Zealots and maybe a Sentry. So his forces were definitely a lot smaller, and White Raw may have had a better chance at taking out Grubby instead of just kind of waiting around for a little bit. That gave Grubby a chance to build some more gateways and get his forces going. So also it helped because that map is extremely long and it takes forever to get across that map. So just another reason where Phoenixes were quite useful. And I think going for the Warp Prism, that also hurt him because that got completely shut down. If that Warp Prism would have maybe done a little bit of damage, that would have helped. But if he would have known about the whole plan Grubby was going with, I think he would have skipped going for that Warp Prism harass. He would just went and attacked, not even got the robotic support bay, and started getting those upgrades. So anyways, good win there for Grubby. White Raw is going to have to get this last game because we're in game number 3. This is for all the marbles, as some people would say. And right now, let's check an update of what both our players are going for. We've got 2 gateways in Robo here for Grubby down the bottom left, and White Raw going for just the 2 gateways. So similar opening from last game from White Raw. And is he going to lose this probe? Yes, he is. If Grubby doesn't pay attention, and if White Raw's paying attention, he's going to lose that probe. So neither player has really shown any like forced aggression here. So either both players are probably thinking, all right, he's not going to forget me. I'm pretty safe. I can do a little bit of teching, and because normally by now you'd see like more units pushing out. You would see more aggressive probes and stuff like that. So White Raw is going to get map control. He's going to have the 3 Stalkers out on the map. Grubby with just the 1 Stalker. Kind of turned around there for a little bit just to peek to see, all right, how many Stalkers does he have? All right, 3. That's not too bad. I might be able to deal with that. So he's got his warp gates are done. He's going to have 2 more Stalkers here just in a second. He's got the 2 sentries, but as we can see, White Raw doesn't feel like going in for any more of attack. Just going to get some map control, get those Zelnaga towers. And he's got 3 gateway and a Robo coming up here, so a lot of possibilities here. White Raw playing very safe. Doesn't want to throw down Nexus just yet, or will he? He's got that probe out there. He's got the 300. Is he going to go for warping? Not yet, but Grubby's trying to sneak by with the probe, and he's going to get picked off by that 1 Stalker. So what are you going to do here, White Raw? He can do a warp in, but he hasn't done that yet. One Immortal on the way out. He has his first Observer out, so yeah, here we have some more units being warped in. And Grubby's going to take the first Nexus. As we saw in the game number 1, Grubby getting his Nexus down first is going to help out a little bit. And White Raw playing a little bit safer, getting some more production facilities out. But both players do have their 3 gateways, 3 gateways, 1 robo. And this Observer from Grubby is going to start heading out across the map. He's got a Stalker here on the right side. In case he runs into any Observers, he can quickly pick those off. Observers, both Observers going on the other sides of the map now. He's going to scout that Stalker. Will he get the first shot off? No, he will not. White Raw should win this battle. So Grubby's going to be forced to retreat. But Grubby is going to come in here. He's going to scout out the Nexus, and he's going to be happy to see that, all right, good. The Nexus is way far behind mine, and White Raw is going to have the exact opposite inclination. Like, oh, God, the Nexus is up way sooner than mine. So, but he will come in here and scout out 3 gateways in a robo. Feel pretty safe about that. Both players starting up the robotics bay. And this is looking quite a bit like game number 1. With a delayed Nexus from White Raw, and both players just kind of starting to set up for a little bit of a macro game. So, I don't remember if I told you this in game number 1, maybe the end of it, but one of my commenters asked me to commentate a game where a Protoss player wins, and I don't know who wins the games before I cast them, otherwise I don't commentate them. So I figured, all right, I'll just commentate a PvP, because that's there's definitely going to be a Protoss winning that game. So I didn't want to commentate like 15 like PVZs and like in one day and find out that the Protoss player never wins. That would have just been horrible. So I just figured I'll take the easy way out and cast a PvP. That way everybody wins. And these have been some pretty fun PvPs, I gotta say. This isn't your standard, like I was saying. First game, your standard PvP from a couple months ago where it was just 4-gate, 4-gate. And on this map even, this was the 4-gate map. Everybody 4-gated on Tal'Darim Altar. Everybody did. And nowadays, players are just feeling, you know what, if they 4-gate, I could probably hold it. Or I'm just going to scout enough to feel confident in the fact that he's not 4-gating me, so I can start to tech up as well. Right now, we're just playing a Russian roulette with, actually, no, it'd be musical chairs because no one's getting killed yet. We're playing musical chairs with these Xel'Naga towers. The Stalker's just running around. And a force field! Oh, is he going to catch that? Nice force fields there from Grubby. Ow. That is pretty slick. I did not expect him to catch that Stalker with those force fields. That was quite funny. And Grubby has nice force field skills. I don't know if you guys watched that thing on his stream where he was, for one day he was just doing ridiculous stuff on European ladder, doing in PvPs. He would have like a 10 probe versus 10 probe battle versus whoever he was playing on ladder. In one game, they had 10 sentries versus 10 sentry fight. It was quite funny. So across the map here we have Grubby heading out with that speedy warp prism, 2 Immortals in there, and he's got a Colossus. He's got some nice production, 2 more gateways on the way, 1 more robo coming out here, and White Raw's going to be on the defense here. He does not have his own warp prism out yet, but he's got 2 Immortals for sure. Supply is favoring White Raw. Let's check the worker count there. 50 versus 43, and that's definitely a worker count. That's giving White Raw the lead. The Immortals are going to go into the main here. What does he have to counter this? He's got some Zealots, and there go the Immortals. If they can take up their robotics bay, that would be huge. But down here at the bottom, we've got the Colossus force field, but not really going to work out because there's a Colossus there. Going to get stomping all over those guys. So 2 Colossus versus 1. Grubby's going to be forced to fall back. But those Immortals, oh my god, they got so close to killing that robotics bay. If they would have got that, that would have been huge. And he managed to sneak out of there with both of his Immortals still alive. And he really wants to kill that. This thing has a big red X on it. He wants to kill that so badly. But sends in a scout probe. It's going to see the 3 Colossus and figure, okay, that's more than I have. I'll just try and distract him with my army down here. Maybe pick off this assimilator. Do a little bit of damage. Maybe pick off a couple probes. Yes, he's going to get 2 or 3 there. And he's going to manage to fall back. So 4 kills there from this Colossus. And the Immortals back here at the top. Are they going to get the color robotics bay? Yeah, they get that robotics bay. And they're even going to get a couple probe kills. And these Immortals doing some damage here. Grubby doing some nice multitasking. Taking out robotics bay, robotic support bay, and even killing a couple probes. This Warp Prism Harass is doing quite well. Drop it again, gonna get another probe. No, that guy's gonna sneak away. And now he's just working on pylons. He's gonna get another pylon. He might potentially supply block White Raw. Nope, not yet. White Raw is doing fine there. There's another pylon on the way. This Warp Prism needs to watch out. There's a couple Stalkers running around here. Grubby gonna continue to just harass with his Warp Prism. But White Raw does have the stronger army. As you can see, 5 Colossus here versus 3 Colossus for Grubby. So White Raw does have the army advantage, but he is having to deal with this little bit of harass. Drops him, and he's going to pick up another probe kill, and that delays the 3rd base. Oh man, that delays the 3rd base of White Raw. And Grubby's just trying to get in every nook and cranny of White Raw's base to deal as much damage as possible. And he's just slowing down this army, because imagine if Grubby hadn't done this, hadn't done it at least this well, we may have seen White Raw just go for a attack straight up and sacrifice a couple probes, a couple pylons, and done a lot of damage to Grubby's main. So picking him up right as those shields wear off, deals some damage, picks up a Stalker kill, and he's going to continue to run out of here. And this Warp Prism has just been all over the place this game. And he's going to get another pylon kill. 2 kills, 7 kills there, and no, he doesn't get it. 4 life left. Didn't time that perfectly enough. So let's check back over here in Grubby's base. 3rd base up, and actually both players' 3rd base is pretty close there, off by maybe a second. And once again, these 2 Immortals, these brothers in crime are just dropping all over the map. Observer here from Grubby being sent in to scout out some more stuff to Robotics base. Pylon here for Grubby, and a Zealot checking out the 4th base up at the very top. White Raw's Observer also moving down across the map. Has he? Nope, he's not. He does not have vision of that 3rd base down there yet, but he's turning around. I thought he was going to go scout that out, but he's worried about this attack. Grubby moving out across the map. Once again, these Immortals just doing so much damage. Look at that. They're going to get 2 Stalker kills. Oh my god, 2 more Stalker kills down. And this Warp Prism is going to get the MVP award of this game. Probe, scout out to the front, gets taken out. White Raw knows it, and he's going to push forward. He's got the Colossus lead. I'm pretty sure he still has it. 7 versus 5. No, he doesn't have it actually, though. So, where are those Immortals up? They got to be killing something around here. Nope, they're falling back for the time being. So, but that guy's so speedy. Look at this thing go. So, where is he going to hit next with this Warp Prism? Pylon getting taken out. Grubby now supply blocked. 3rd base is up, going well, but another drop. And what did he kill there? He killed something, I think. Maybe he just damaged that Zealot while as it was warping in. So, Observer chilling out here for Grubby, checking out that 3rd base. It's funny, this one pylon is the one pylon of Grubby's that hasn't got taken out, and it's like so close to White Raw's base. It's like, it's right here. And Grubby's supply block still. Where is that Warp Prism at? Thing is just so fast. Here it is. White Raw placing another proxy. And some Zealots being warped in over here to the left side. Just Grubby just trying to apply a lot of pressure here. And, yep, he's going to have to pull back those Zealots because those guys did get taken out. But we saw this play from Grubby, this tactic in the first game on Entombed Valley, where he just wanted to drop in some Zealots. Didn't see the Warp Prism play, but it's being extremely effective. And that pylon has no chance to live. That pylon is dead. Immortal's going to take it out so very quickly. They just drop pylons like a sack of potatoes, I'm telling you. Probe is going to get taken out. Or another pylon. Yes, they even get another pylon. Look at that. Oh, I thought he was going to warp some more units, but no. He decides, all right, too much stuff. I'm going to fall back. And Grubby's just so on top of stuff with this Warp Prism. Just racked up so many kills. And look at this. Going for some more Zealots. Going to go harass here at the top part of the map. But look at this. White Raw figuring out, Warp Prism's pretty good. I've been Warp Prisming. Is that a verb? Warp Prisming? Since before you were playing Starcraft 2, Grubby. I'll show you how it's done. And we have a second Warp Prism here from White Raw at the bottom part of the map, but Zealots here at the top getting doing a little bit of harassment, but we'll get taken up by White Raw. Let's check the upgrades. 2 attack upgrades there for White Raw, and Grubby's got the +1, +2 is just about done. There it is. Warping in some Zealots, going to load those guys up in the Warp Prism. Same thing, these guys are already done, so he's going to have 3 here. Once again, the Immortal's going to kill another. Oh, wow, they're going to deactivate both of those. That's pretty big. And get a couple probe kills and then sneak out of there. Oh, my God, that Warp Prism's covered in butter. Grubby with a pretty big force. Let's check the count of Colossus 12 versus 7, but 2 Archons there for White Raw, but the Colossus count easily favoring Grubby. Let's see. The Warp Prism is going to come in here, drop off some Zealots. There they go. That Photon Cannon is going to redirect on those Zealots. Grubby warping in his own forces, trying to throw up some more Photon Cannons, but look at that. A huge warp in here from White Raw. White Raw's got so many more Zealots. He's going to manage to take out all of that stuff, and at the same time we have attack at the expansion of Grubby, and these Zealots are doing so much damage. Grubby is going to be forced to pull his whole army back to deal with these Zealots, and yep, deal with him he will. all that stuff is getting taken out. Didn't lose too many workers, but he did delay, or White Raw did delay mining here for quite a while. Up here at the expansion, this drop is dealt with as well. But look at all these High Templar. There's a meeting going on. Now he's going to warp in some more Zealots being warped in. Or what are these High Templar going to do? They need to morph into Archons. There they go. Luckily those guys shake hands, take all that stuff out. And these Zealots may kill an Archon. Yes, they kill one Archon. Nice job there. That's definitely worth the price of admission. And 2 Archons do get out, but these Zealots will get taken out as well. But White Raw doing some pretty nice counter harassment this game. And look at this. Down here, Zealots just whacking away on this base. I don't know where those guys came from. Probably from over here, being warped into this pylon, if I'm not mistaken. So these guys are going to get taken out, but Grubby's just lost so much mining time down here at this third base, and those 2 guys may actually sneak out. Warp Prism from White Raw will get finally taken out there. So Grubby is going to have his mothership. Does he have his out first? Yeah, I think Grubby will have his mothership out first, but White Raw will have his Graviton catapult done with his carriers. So White Raw liking his carriers. Up here at the top, Zealots were fighting something that was going on. And a big force of Zealots here from White Raw just run into a huge army of Grubby, and White Raw is going to be forced to fall back there. He's just trying to buy time so he can get some Archons out, get some carriers. Carriers have insanely high DPS, the highest in the game. So if you can get those guys out with a well-compromised army, or with an army with a good composition, those guys can do pretty good. But you have to really get late game for those carriers to be pretty effective. But oh, look at this Grubby hanging out here with the Warp Prism that seems to not die. Look at this thing, 2 life. That thing, that thing is crazy. It's got 9 lives. So, big forces from both players here. This is about to come to a huge head. Some interceptors being produced. Don't see that every day in a high-level game. Look at all those Archons from White Raw. Oh my god, but where is the mothership? Grubby's got a mothership somewhere. Here it is. I see that big rectangle on the map. Mini-map flying across. And Grubby will have the advantage this game of having it done first. And here we have a huge force, but he's got the carriers. Those guys can focus fire down this mothership extremely fast, using that Warp Prism to bring in some more Zealots. And White Raw is going back and forth, getting a better position. He's going to have 2 High Templar, and those guys will be extremely useful if they can get a feedback on the mothership. They're suiciding him in. Do not get it, but we have a big attack here. So many Archons, carriers, and nice spread here from Grubby. Look at those Colossus all spread out there, getting a nice concave against White Raw. White Raw does have a supply lead, but he's pushing forward. He's going to get trapped up here if he doesn't watch out. And if this mothership can get in a nice position, he can get a huge vortex on White Raw's army if it does get clumped up. But here we have some Archons coming up on the right. Kind of separated. They lose it, but the feedback goes down. He's not going to be able to get that vortex off, but he does have that cloaking ability with the mothership, and there's so little AA. White Raw is definitely going to lose his third base up here. Colossus just killing everything. Grubby has so many Colossus, and supply easily favoring Grubby 2-1. Carrier shows up, and he's going to try and whittle away at this mothership. White Raw forced to fall back. Now suiciding some probes or just long distance mining, not quite sure. Attack up here in the top left. Zealots will manage to take out that Nexus. That thing does drop. So Grubby now just forcing his way into White Raw's base. White Raw doesn't have much to deal with this. He really needs his own mothership, but it's not going to be anywhere close to getting that. Huge attack down here in the bottom. Zealots running in, but look at this. 3 Archons already being warped in. Well played. Good game from White Raw. Grubby is going to take the series 2-1 over White Raw. Wow, this was like crazy game. There was like so much harassment. Usually Warp Prisms, happen for a little bit, but Grubby was like, I'm just going to Warp Prism harass you the entire game as soon as I get it. He was killing probes. He was killing pylons. And the biggest thing he killed was that robotic support bay. That was just such a huge victory for him. That allowed him to get a really nice Colossus lead on White Raw for that whole time. And this kind of kept White Raw playing defensive. White Raw eventually got around to doing some harass, and his harass was pretty effective. It slowed down Grubby's third, did a lot of damage down there. But I think by that point, Grubby's earlier harass had accumulated more damage than White Raw's harass later on in the game. And at that point, I think it was just too much. Grubby already had a pretty nice economy going, had some good tech as well, and got that mothership out. And, I mean, this was 2 games where a mothership essentially was the the ace in the hole for the player that ended up winning. We saw White Raw win the first game with the Mothership, and then now Grubby showing us how it's done in game number 2. So great PvP series here in this best of 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Until next time, see you later.